Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over Roblox Studios. I'm probably going to start a new string of Roblox content, so hopefully, maybe it'll help other people as I've discovered it on my own. Today, we're just going to do a basic tutorial on how to go through Roblox Studios. So, once you open it up, you'll know exactly what icons do what to expect. Again, this will be a basics. This will be just a basic rundown. All right. So for first tab you're going to see is home. This is going to be a default where everybody is going to open, whether you have a current Roblox Studio experience or not. We're going to do basic. So if you know it, just skip 10 seconds. We're just going to go over the bare minimum. So for these icons right here, these is going to help you with anything regarding objects within the game. Uh, so select again is just to select. If you want, you can basically move this around, but that's going to be it. Um, for move, it's the same principle. You can do the same thing. However, you have the ability to move this sideways, up, down, in different directions, so it can help you adjust your objects. Scaling is just making it bigger, smaller. You can click on it to move it around. Basically, that's all you do. Rotate. This is a good way to make sure that your object is positioning correctly on how you want to angle it. However, if you're switching it up and you're adjusting it, just know if you click on this, click on the object, if I can do it, it will, if you have it clipped into any other object that has collision or anything, it will have it on a 90-degree angle. Well, not 90-degree. Yeah, it'll be on a 90-degree angle. So it'll be flat, or it can adjust to uh, portrait and landscape. It just depends on the angle and how you on the a flat surface or on an angled surface. So be careful on that. Then transform. Transform is basically same manipulation, just at a better scale of doing it at a landscape way. So if we rotate it this way and then transform, it's going to be the same thing. It's adjusting to the original x-axis.
Do you want to ice cream sandwich?
No, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. And then you can rotate it also in that direction.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
So we're gonna just go ahead and do the original as far as we can. All right, so this right here will help with basically with collisions. So if you want a collide with objects or anything of that nature where you want to experiment with other objects, this is a good place. These checks right here enable this. These are automatic way to move and to rotate. So you'll hear sometimes maybe in Roblox you'll see one stud, two studs, Stud is the space between space within Roblox. These right here are the indicators of studs. It is one Roblox avatar's arm. If you're in R6 or if you're in R15, the new Roblox avatar model thing, if you're in a blocky state, right? You're in a default Roblox block state. It's one arm's length or one leg's length, right? You can change it with the arrows, you can type it, and it'll automatically do that exact state of spacing automatically. Default is always one. If you want to toggle off so you can move it without having it a more smoother way of moving your objects, just toggle it off. If you don't want a 45-degree angle, do the same thing, right? You would move this that way automatically. It'll automatically move to that spacing. If you want to not and have a cleaner version, just toggle it off. Now, for parts, if you want to summon a block, it'll do a little brick object. If you want a sphere, you can click on sphere and it'll get you one. Sometimes, again, objects can clip within itself. You can also do that. So, wedge, it's exactly what it sounds like and looks like. You just summon a wedge. Wedge corner, this is good if you're making something and it has to have like a little corner on it. Oh, I gotta do the 45-degree. Da, da, da. Wedge corner. So if you're having to want to make a corner so it can go that way, then this is a good object to use. And a cylinder for like pipes or anything of that nature. For pipes on certain objects, if you summon them, it the scaling of it's kind of messed up. So what you have to do to sides and then do the either other side to make it bigger. So it's a fun little thing to do, but um, for wedges, it's you just have to experiment with it because it can be a little bit tricky to do, but once you get it, you'll get it. Sphere, that's basically all you do, all it does. So there ain't no much experiment you need to do. It's just up to your imagination. Okay, terrain. Terrain is an invisible barrier beneath this base plate. So you can edit it. Let's say you want to do uh well, select, you just make a little space for where you want to do your object, right? You want to make a snowy place or water or something of that nature. And then all you do is pick whatever you would want, right? It's not working with me right now. I don't know why it's not, but there we go. So basically, you just fill it up, and then you can do water, and then you'll hit fill. You're going to be like, hey, why does it look like that? Well, it is because. Why are you not? Because it was clipped onto whatever object that you had. So from there, you just had to move it. You have to have it somewhere where, you know, you had space, and it's just reflecting what's underneath it. So that's why it will look weird once you put it down, because it obscures what's underneath it and magnifies it. So it'll be whatever you have underneath, it'll just bring out. Sea level, same principle. It's where sea level is. You can adjust it however you want. You can draw exactly where you want. So if you don't want to deal with a block, you do the same thing with draw. Be careful, because sometimes when you're overlapping, it'll make a little indent or whatever, and it might not be accurately leveled. You just have to click it to make sure that it's where if you want a bigger wave or bigger level, just click on it and it'll get bigger. Same principle, right? If you want to do a rock, same principle. All right. That and this is like the source materials that you can use. You can always download more, but that'll be at a different um that'll be a different video. Sculpt is basically the exactly what it is. Just a sculpt as what you were putting down prior. So if you want to make a bridge or blend in a terrain, right? So I put gravel or rock, and then I use sculpt. It blends in with the environment that you had prior. So now there's grassy with a bit of rock. Same thing if you wanted water or snow, right? You want a snowy environment, you can adjust the strength. You want light snow, or do you want heavy snow like I was doing prior? Do you want water? You want water to be flowing near your little uh uh little area to make a little glacier or whatever. Same principle. So there you go with that. Characters. So this is going to be a whole nother thing, so I will do it later. Uh, GUIs. So GUIs is basically if you want to make let's say, a picture appear for everyone, right? I'm not going to go too much into this, but this right here, it automatically sent it here. Sometimes it doesn't. It'll appear in your workspace. So that just uh depends on what you're putting into your project or your experience. And then you could put a picture, whatever you want. Uh, Sometimes I'll mess up, but it should be you should be able to automatically be able to download a picture, but it's messed up right now, so it is, or not messed up, but I'm not getting too much into it. Scripts are the foundations and functions of your game. You can make a script for anything in the game to appear, to disappear, to make something move, shoot, everything. Whatever games you play automatically get you coins, anything. Scripting is very in depth, and I'm never going to make a video about it. But yes, that is very important. If you want to look up people for scripting, highly suggest you follow people because you can break your game or break something if you do it incorrectly. Import. Import is basically you'll download an object that you've saved for Roblox or anything Roblox object file. You'll download it and then you'll summon it into the experience. Once you click on it, it'll do its little detection. It's very useful. Once you get into the whole materials part where you download a material, you can search up exactly what materials you have. So this is a nice way of doing it. If you basically have a cylinder, let's go here. We're going to scale it. Okay, so same thing, right? We want to scale it. Certain materials will allow you to override the color. So we're going to make it red, right? So now you have actual fully red brick. When I want it blue, change it to blue. See, the gray part of it doesn't change. Some materials or some textures will allow you to change its uh, color for the majority of it, but some of it won't. So be careful whenever you use non-default materials because it can um, look a little bit messed up. So you want this gray. Yeah, there you go. They have its own little reflective parts to it, so it'll automatically reflect. Grouping. So let's say, for instance, you want to have these two, right? The this part and the spawn be as one, be like categorized for like downloading or exporting an object or making your hierarchy or your explorer look better. You have two options. Mainly, you will find is models, and it'll be like, let's say, for instance, weapons that you find that you would want. It'll be in a model. If you want, and this is what I do whenever I want to uh, make a make it look better, where I can actually find what I'm looking for. It's going to be in a folder. And then from there, you can move anything into the folder. You can do the same thing as a model. You can put everything inside the model. And then we'll move this out of it. And there you go. And now it looks a lot better, a lot cleaner, instead of having parts and everything of that nature. All right. Lock. Lock is basically making sure, right? So we are moving this, right? And we're putting your spawn on top of something. But you keep on clicking because or whatever, right? So it's in your way. And you move it on accident or whatever the case may be. Lock is your friend. Whenever you're done with anything, it doesn't select it. All you gotta do is find it in your hierarchy and then unlock. You can click on it, do whatever. It's cool. So let's say, for instance, for Anchor. Anchor is basically in game where you spawn in this right. You saw that right where it just moved and it didn't originally it didn't stay in place in the air like I wanted it to. Anchor, why is it not? Okay, it glitches out sometimes. You'll just have to. It'll be all right. So Anchor allows an object to suspend in midair or wherever you want the object to be at. So this will help you immensely whenever you're making something in game and you don't want the thing you're making to just fall apart. Explorer. Explorer's here. Always. Properties, always. If they use somehow remove these, you'll always come to home and they'll be right here. Properties will help you edit basically everything, right? So if you don't want to change positions manually, you can just do it here. It'll be at 51. It just moved a little bit. If you want to do 100, there you go. If you don't want to jumble up and mix up anything, just hit down the arrow. There you go. Just everything about it. If you don't want people to walk into it and just like it, there's invisible barrier called collide or collisions. And if you want your character to go through it, you can just turn it off. Turn it off. There's a bunch of stuff. There's also stuff right here that goes into scripting and uh, scripting will help uh, work with the objects to where you can basically you can touch. There's certain scripts that allows you to interact with certain things. Um, so unless you're not scripting that specific object, or if you are, don't touch this unless you know what you're doing. Taskbar or toolbox. Sorry, toolbox. Toolbox is like a store per se, and you can search up anything you want. If you don't know how to make it, it's been made. If you want a door that can open, right? So if you want a door that can open and you don't know how to make it, it's pre-made. So this is a good place to look up stuff to help make your world. Of course, you can edit it. So let's say, for instance, you don't want the color of it to be wood, right? You can select any part. You can do this and be like, oh, I don't like that. I want a red metal. There you go. That's as simple as it can get, honestly. Assets. Basically, this is all the stuff that you download for pictures, for um, stuff that you screenshots, your animations, like anything you create or you use to interact with your experiences, you can find them here. That includes game passes and anything of that nature. So that's the home page for Avatar, right? So you would have to save the world and you can edit Avatar settings. From there, you can edit if people can't be a certain height or anything of that nature. It limits other people's avatars. To what extent, that'll be up to you. You can experiment with it. I'm not going into it in this video. Generate a rig or the character icon. This is where you can, if you want to make animations or do clothing or anything of that nature, that's the button you go to. You can do your own avatar. If you think you want to see how your avatar looks with something, there you go. You can make, let's say, a skin one. See how it looks in your world. I'm going to be honest, I've been off of Roblox for so long that I don't know what retro means. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. This is what you'll be using mainly if you're gonna don't want to see clothing move or honestly if you have packaging with your avatar, like with this jacket prevents you to do some movements, so it's better just to summon a uh, block avatar, and this will help you uh, animate or anything of that nature. Accessories. So this is where you do clothing stuff, and we'll do, well, there is a actual, this will just help you with clothing. For right now, it won't work because you're in a world type thing. You would have to do a whole separate experience type thing, but we'll get to it later. But for now, we're going to go to, I'll just show you the basic. Whenever you do that, oh my, I don't know why. This sometimes happens, and at that point, you have to. I'm not going to save it, but sometimes it messes up, especially recently. Um, so be careful whenever you're dragging. You click and drag in the Explorer. Sometimes it messes up, so be careful with that. So, right, so we're going to do. We're going to move it so it recognizes that it's moving. And also be careful with that because it does mess up. So you want to move it a little bit. But this part, that's where these come in right here. You can move it individually. You can position it however you want. So that's a whole another video. UI is the same thing, right? You'll go here. It's a screen UI. You can put frame. You can put a label. So if you want the frame to have wording in it, or not wording, but a picture in it, you can also do a text. This will show up basically in your game, if you want to do a button, right? You see a lot of people have like buttons they have on the side of the screen. Da-da-da. That's where you this part is where the button should take you, and it's a whole nother thing whenever you're doing a game where you want to do donations or anything of that nature. These will all these parts also go into the whole more difficult part. You can actually, if you want to learn how to do some things, this will be a great place for you to look at, and it will explain everything in detail. So, scripting, I'm not going into it, but this is where you can find everything that you need to when you're doing scripts. So, when if you need to find wording, right, you say hello, it'll highlight the hello part. Formatting, um, command bar. This is where you can do some execute certain commands, where you can see what happens with your game when it loads. That's actually what this is right here. And it recognizes it'll run scripts and certain things. It'll give you errors and things of that nature. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do with the scripting. Models, same thing right here. Nothing has changed. However, when it comes to models, right, you can do the same parts, right? You can do the same thing with this part. However, you would now have the opportunity to make certain little textures. You should be able to put a ID in it, a Roblox ID, and fire. Why is it over there? We will never know. Okay, I don't know why, but you can customize your fire to look however you want. Secondary is going to be like the smoke coming out of the fire, and the main color is for the actual fire itself. Uh, uh highlight. Honestly, I forgot about this, but highlight's like a good thing where you make objectives and things of that nature. Highlight is a good um, highlight's a good one. So you're just making particles, making effects. If you're wanting things to look really cool, uh, it's that's how you do it. Spotlights and lights. It's kind of self-explanatory. Only do it inside of the object. If you put it anything else that is not an object, it's not gonna work. So keep it in mind. Keep that in mind. Attachments and bones, that has to do with different types of stuff. You can constraints is the same thing. It deals with a more in-depth things to do with objects like weapons, like guns, swords, or especially more in-depth swords. Uh, Lining again is like a good way to make sure that things are put in place. Unions and things of that natures are the same thing as this. They're going to be more in depth. You can download plugins within Toolbox. Some are free, some are not. So be careful when you're trying to download one. Some of them are not trusted more than others. So, but yeah, this is the basic tutorial on how to look through your studios. I Again, I wasn't going to cover much of anything else. So, good luck. I hope this helps anyone. Um, yeah, I'll make another video here probably tomorrow, the next day. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment in the DMs, or not DMs, but on the YouTube channel, as well as you can go to uh well, I'm going to be making a Discord server, so uh we'll figure it out from there. But other than that, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all take care.